Joe Biden has nominated a man called David Chipman to lead the ATF, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. This is a concern for a number of reasons. The first is that David Chipman is a zealot. Such a zealot that he has repeatedly shown himself to be willing to lie in the service of his ideology. In a recent internet post, for example, David Chipman claimed that the Branch Davidians in Waco back in 1993 shot down federal helicopters during the siege that year. And that's not true. They didn't. David Chipman should have known that wasn't true. He was directly involved in the siege. Today, during his confirmation hearings in the Congress, David Chipman once again failed to tell the truth. He testified that to keep this country safe, gun owners with AR-15 should be arrested.
With respect to the AR-15, I support a ban as has been presented in a Senate bill and supported by the president. The AR-15 is a gun I was issued on ATF's SWAT team, and it's a particularly lethal weapon. And regulating it as other particularly lethal weapons, I have advocated for. As ATF director, if I'm confirmed, I would simply enforce the laws on the books.
So much about that was false. The AR-15 is one of, in fact, the less lethal rifles you can buy in a gun store. You wouldn't take it deer hunting because it's not lethal enough most of the time. But it's also evidence of zealotry, and that's why we want to speak to Jesse Kelly tonight. He's the host of the Jesse Kelly Show to assess this. So, Jesse, how many, I mean, just roughly speaking, there are more than dozens of AR-15s in circulation. I think there are tens of millions of them, likely. What would it mean to ban them in real terms?
It would mean we would get the world that David Chipman wants, and that's the world where he's free to hurt you, Tucker, hurt me, hurt anybody who disagrees with him. I don't know why we feel the need to dance around this, because this is what the mistake we make on the right. We hear AR-15 ban, and we hold up some chart that says, well, pistols and fists and stuff, they hurt more people every year. These people know that. David Chipman can read. He's an idiot, but he can read. He knows that. What he wants is the freedom to hurt you, and I don't know why we have to dance around that.
It's such a smart point. Why does nobody say that?
Well, nobody says it because it means acknowledging your fellow Americans want you dead, or at least are okay if you are dead. And I realize that sounds extreme. People, they've called you a Nazi for 4 years for a reason. That's what they think you are. Do you think David Chipman thinks Nazis should be able to own AR-15s? No. He wants the ability, he wants the authority to ban them. I mean, putting that guy in charge of the ATF, it's like throwing a party for your friends and letting Bill Cosby tend the bar.
I mean, to target a firearm that is owned overwhelmingly by the most law-abiding people in the country. I read a study the other day that said that people with a concealed weapons permit are less likely than police officers to commit crimes. They commit no crimes. And that goes for the overwhelming majority of AR-15 owners. To target them tells you that it's not really about reducing violence, is it?
Oh, of course. No, it's not about reducing violence. Well, not real violence. I mean, none of these people care about mass shootings, Tucker. They don't care about inner city violence. What they care about is that they've never been able to achieve their final socialist dream in America because half the country owns a lot of firearms. That's just the truth. That was step one for every other scumbag dictator in history, and our left in this country missed that step, and it's the only thing separating them from Pol Pot.
Bracing to hear someone tell the truth. Thank you for doing it. Jesse Kelly, good to see you.
You bet. You too, bud.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.